From Fox 14, the right news at the right time. This is Fox 14, your morning news.
Details in the murders of a Twin Cities chef and his mother. Police now have 2 in custody.
And a huge check in the mail, and all you have to do is shop and send. How to spot and stop this scam still ahead.
Plus, Congress stepping in to stop state laws restricting abortion, but a number of Louisiana Democrats, including one state rep from Monroe, aren't joining the cause. Good morning. Thank you for waking up with us. It is now 7 a.m. I'm Randy Ayala.
And I'm Bodie Brooks. How are y'all doing this fine Friday?
Doing great. Always good on a Friday.
And
not only that, Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of folks get 3 days off coming up. A lot of nice things to do outside. I think Sheila's with us later, right?
That's right.
Yes.
A lot of events happening this weekend in the Twin Cities.
And also National Wine Day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow.
For the winos.
Check out the vineyards. I think there's an event there, too. You'll find out about it later, but, you know, it's a good weather for all of it.
Yeah, not going to spoil that surprise. We got great weather in the forecast for you. I can tell you that right now. Hot and sunny. It has been like that for the past few days, and it's not changing. This morning, temperature sitting in the lower 70s. We'll warm up about 20 more degrees into the lower 90s this afternoon. And if you want to see the sun, there you go. Nice start outside looking off towards the east. Came up 1 hour ago, and we got 13 hours left of it. All your forecast details coming up here soon. That's your forecast first.
Police have made 2 arrests in the murders of a popular Twin Cities chef and his mother.
Robbery and a drug deal may be the motives that cost them their lives. That's this morning's top story. Police found Anthony Militello's body on a remote part of Stubbs Vinson Road 2 weeks ago. They believe that his mother, 68-year-old Marsha Renee Lawley, was killed in the home they shared only a few blocks away. Arrest warrants allege that Candace Cooper confessed to luring Militello to her home by telling him she wanted to trade drugs for guns. Cooper said she dropped off Toby Jackson at Militello's home to rob it during that meeting. Warrants say Jackson murdered Lawley there and murdered Militello where his body was found. If convicted, Cooper and Jackson both could face life without parole.
A national scam has made its way to the Arklamas. One man in Concordia Parish received a bonus check in the mail. Damus Smith received not 1 but 2 phony marketing scams in the mail. Even more strange, the scams are traced back to states Smith has no connections to at all. He shared his story with Fox 14's Ann McAllister.
A priority mail notification sent to the home of a teacher and coach at Vidalia High School. Damus Smith says he knew immediately there was something strange.
I went to the post office to see what the package was, and I looked at it, and I didn't know anybody that would be sending me a package from that particular area.
It was from Missouri. He denied the package at the post office, but that didn't end it.
These scammers haven't tried to hit Smith once, but twice. They even knew his home address.
That's when Smith received priority mail right at his door. He's been teaching marketing for years. Smith knew as soon as he opened the package, it was a total scam.
When I opened it, I pulled out a $2,300 check and a letter.
The letter from a marketing agency told him to use the check to buy $1,900 worth of Walmart gift cards and to text the gift card information to a phone number. It said he only had 3 days to cash the phony check. That's when he called the bank on the check, located in Pennsylvania.
I called that bank at Santander. I called it, and I told her what was going on. And she said, well, we've had around 1,500 of those that has occurred here.
Even more strange, the return address on the package goes back to a distilling company in Missouri. We called the number listed in the letter, but no one answered.
Every time I call them, that's all it does.
That was Fox 14's Anna McAllister reporting. Smith said he turned in the package containing the check and letter to the Concordia Parish Sheriff's Office. He wants you to know that if you get something like this, don't fall for it. Turn it in immediately.
The Louisiana House is likely to pass the fetal heartbeat law that mirrors Mississippi's. Abortion, only if the mother's life is in danger. No exceptions for rape or incest. The Senate already has passed Monroe Representative Katrina Jackson's bill that would declare abortion unconstitutional. She and 5 more House Democrats are joining Republicans in supporting both bills.
We also support resources to ensure that once a woman chooses life, she, her child, her baby, and the rest of her family can have a good life.
There's a place for everybody in the Democratic Party. I think our issues are not a litmus test, so to speak.
20 weeks.
Governor John Bel Edwards is expected to sign whatever abortion restrictions lawmakers pass. Is a promise he made before he was elected 4 years ago. The Democratic National Committee tightened its stance in 2016, vowing to fight these very restrictions that pro-life Democrats have drafted. But the Democratic Governors Association plans to support Edwards' bid for a second term this fall.
Well, Congress say they'll fight to protect a woman's right to safe abortion, but it's not likely to get any farther than the House. The bill would prevent states from passing restrictions such as Mississippi's and Alabama's. Under Alabama's new law, doctors could face up to 99 years in prison if they perform an abortion for any reason at any time other than to save the mother's life. One Alabama Democrat says the law will cost taxpayers money that should be spent on health care.
Because Alabama won't expand Medicaid, and yet Alabama wants to spend money to litigate a matter that is clearly unconstitutional?
I am one of the women that has had an abortion. It was a painful experience. It was at 17 weeks, and it was not going to survive outside of the womb.
Republicans, including Louisiana Minority Whip Steve Scalise, have made a daily ritual of calling for the Born Alive Act on the House floor. It would send doctors to jail if they don't try to save a baby's life should it survive an abortion procedure. House Democrats call the bill unnecessary, saying we already have laws to cover that.
A preliminary review by the National Weather Service has led officials to believe it was an EF3 tornado that caused extensive damage in Jefferson City, Missouri Thursday. No deaths have been reported, but police say around 20 people were taken to the hospital. Jefferson City Public Schools canceled classes for the day because several of its buildings are damaged. Police say power lines are down all across Jefferson City and thousands of people remain without power.
I'm still kind of like in a daze. I'm amazed at all of the damage. It is just unreal to me. Right. I mean, you see this stuff on TV, but you don't ever think it's going to happen in your neighborhood. And
authorities in Golden City, Missouri, about 3 hours southwest from Jefferson City, have confirmed 3 deaths related to those storms.